Someone says that whatever it is they do in the Olympics is not the business of the church. Your business is salvation. Just win souls. That's the only message. Have you heard those kind of things before? There's nothing smart about it. It's a dumb statement. It's dumb. It's dumb. There are people, not all nations are like Nigeria. There are nations you go to. Sundays don't look like Sundays. In fact, in London, Sunday morning is when they fix the sport day for many schools. Sport. So you are having your service here. That's when parents are packing with their children to the sport day. Of all days, what influence controlled the activity to be at the time you should be in God's presence? That thing there is hindering the salvation of many. If you say just salvation and neglect systems, those you should save, systems will make sure they don't come. God is not interested in politics. If God is interested in nations, then he's interested in the processes. If the righteous rule, the people rejoice. If the wicked are in power, the people groan. Policies affect you and I. They do. So God is interested. He's interested in the kind of policies that nations embrace. He's interested. Imagine that Nigeria just signed something into law, and now all Nigerian films can have scenes where boy to boys are kissing. There are those who may not be called into it, who may not be given to that lifestyle, but the influence of the fact that it's on TV can draw them and makes our work more tedious. How can you be at war and say strategies are not important? When the devil has been banished from heaven to the earth, it is now a fierce battle between light and darkness, between the soldiers of the fallen general, the devil, or General Lucifer, and the soldiers, or those we now call the sons of God. The battleground is no longer heaven because it's been banished. The battleground is now the face of the earth, and the prize is the souls of men. And the same way Michael fought till there was no space for him, you must fight till there's no space for him. You must fight till there's no space for him in your home. You must fight till there's no space for him in your life. You must fight till there's no space for him in your church. You must fight till there's no space for him in your business. You have to fight. We wrestle, but not against flesh and blood, but we what? Wrestle. We fight. Hey, you have to fight. From that moment, light will have to burst out of darkness. You have to fight. In Isaiah 2 Corinthians 10 from verse 3 says, though we walk in the flesh, we don't war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare, they are not carnal, but they are mighty if deployed to God for the pulling down of what makes him walk remotely. Strongholds. We pull down. He is not everywhere. We pull down strongholds. We cast down imagination. We bring into subjection or captivity every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. We fight, but not with carnal methods. It means anytime we're in this fight and the flesh begins to get in, we're on the losing side. We fight. We fight. It is a serious stuff. We're at war. Many are just seeing it through the Olympics. But it didn't just start. Now let me tell you, sit down. Let me tell you the reason why I said we are starting quite late. We are fighting. But the most strategic ground for the war are not ours. And yet we are fighting. And yet we are fighting against those that take instructions from him. So let me explain. There's barely any church in Nigeria today. What will you call influence? Whatever you call it. Huh? Whatever you call it. Followership. Instagram. Facebook. Twitter. Some even get such followership and they say they are celebrities. That's where we are. Those platforms are not established on the values of kingdom. And the owners of those platforms don't take authority from your Jesus. And that is where you want to fight. You are 1 minute away from losing all your strategic grounds. The end time church can't fight until we have first built Goshen. We must build Goshen. We must build. If YouTube said they don't want this video, all the thousands being blessed online are no longer going to be blessed. Do we have our platform? No. If Facebook said they don't want this video, all the platforms online, everybody who is there who is being blessed, they are at the mercy of Mark. At the mercy of him. At the mercy. If they say they don't want any church on this, the reason why you are still there is because you are bringing some economic relevance. One day so they are dead and your little dance is over. Can I bring us away from need-based Christianity into strategies? Somebody who is doing tech is still saying, I don't know what my ministry is. Is it still to be found? Can't you see it? Can't you see it? I was speaking with a friend of mine, and he said, these guys decided that my messages will not go anywhere. Many of you don't even know that Christian platforms don't have the same algorithm as other platforms. Is that even your concern? God shall give you a wife and you are done. Kingdom walk over. I don't know if I'm talking to soldiers or civilians because it looks like I'm in the wrong church. I'm just trying to introduce. We have a long way to go. Does it bother you? During COVID, a woman came out and said, this thing is not deep. We are treating it. When we use hydroxychloroquine, our patients are recovering. It's not that deep. But are you aware there's something called systems? Okay, let me give you an illustration. And let me say this for the record. There is no situation that Nigeria will find herself in that I have not taught. I'm telling you. Go back and listen to my teachings reversing the mistakes of Joseph, Egypt, the crowd that wants small things. We've taught them. But we don't listen. I wanted to say a statement, but the devil will fly with it. So let's keep it. When we close the door, we'll share it. Unfortunately, in order for us to reach the body, you have to speak to both lambs and sheep and goats. Because sometimes they are in the same place. Online and on site. Many things are meeting us unaware. We have celebrated people. The church too. We have people in power. The problem of any nation is not lack of Christians in power. Come on, stop that. Who told you that what to solve Nigeria's problem is Christians in power? What kind of Christians? Thieves? It's not about Christians. What curriculum did they go through that is built to make them withstand the pressure of looking at billions of dollars? You can siphon and they can say no. You sit down and point fingers and say they are thieves, they are thieves, they are thieves. And based on the structure you are built, the only reason you are not a thief is because there is no opportunity to steal. Until you manifest righteousness, you can't really point fingers. If I tell you, I have $1 million for you, do you bother to ask, where did you get it? This is favor. Apostle prophesied it this morning. My God, I'm the first recipient. We have no values. We're only complaining because we are distressed and we are not opportuned to be the thieves. I cannot do anything. Do you know you? How much have you been tempted with? How much? Tell me how much. How much? How much now? The devil believes everybody has a price. And even try to negotiate Jesus. You think he won't negotiate you? He tried to strike a bargain. I will give you the beauty of this world if you will do one thing. Bow. What audacity. If he told Jesus to bow, he would tell you to do much more. People are eating feces, not physics, poo-poo. And after eating it, that thing won't still put them on phobe list. And they will eat it. They say there's a way you can alter the taste. Just eat some strawberries before the process. It won't be that bad. And the economics of those gods can still put them at the top of the table. And it's not like they will go and sleep and money will come. They still have to work. What then is the God doing? And then you can't give this money to anybody. You can only buy them beer. Anything you buy, you can't use. And then you have 7 years to enjoy it. Enjoy what? If only people know what they have in Christ, you will never negotiate with the devil. But they don't know. Psalm 82. Neither do they understand. The foundations of the earth are out of course. I've said to you, you are gods, and all of you are sons of the Most High. Say, but they will die like men and fall like one of the princes. Because they know not. They know. So we are at war, and it is light against darkness. The battleground is the face of the earth. And God has placed you in different territories. It is now your duty to decide what influence will be seen in your territory. And there are many things that puts us in a disadvantaged position. One of the most serious one is lack of comprehension of scriptures. Lack of comprehension. So we tend to have ideologies like God just wants us to make heaven. So let me give you an instance. Someone says that whatever it is they do in the Olympics is not the business of the church. Your business is salvation. Just win souls. That's the only message. Have you heard those kind of things before? There's nothing smart about it. It's a dumb statement. It's dumb. It's dumb. There are people, not all nations are like Nigeria. There are nations you go to. Sundays don't look like Sundays. In fact, in London, Sunday morning is when they fix the sport day for many schools. Sport. So you are having your service here. That's when parents are packing with their children to do sport day. Of all days, what influence controlled the activity to be at the time you should be in God's presence? That thing there is hindering the salvation of many. If you say just salvation and neglect systems, those you should save, systems will make sure they don't come. God is not interested in politics. If God is interested in nations, then he's interested in the processes. If the righteous rule, the people rejoice. If the wicked are in power, the people groan. Policies affect you and I. They do. So God is interested. He's interested in the kind of policies that nations embrace. He's interested. Imagine that Nigeria just signed something into law, and now all Nigerian films can have scenes where boy to boys are kissing. There are those who may not be called into it, who may not be given to that lifestyle, but the influence of the fact that it's on TV can draw them and makes our work more tedious. How can you be at war and say strategies are not important? Who has bewitched us? The church is ecclesia, the house of Senate. We don't become partisan and pastors start saying, go and this. You better be careful. Not involved in all those nonsense. But we are the heart of the society. When they look for righteousness, check the church. If we raise good Christians, every pastor raise good Christians, every pastor raise good Christians, every Christian change, Nigeria will change. If we raise righteous people everywhere, the nation will change and the world will change. So, let's be careful of the knowledge we think we are that benefit only the devil. Who gains from the withdrawal of light from sectors? Darkness. Darkness. Please sit down. The church should not be built on materialism. Pay attention. Materialistic gospel will produce greedy people. Give me, greedy people. But the church must be built on the revelation of Christ as Lord. And our duty is to be an extension of kingdom. So when the Bible says, thy kingdom come, Matthew 6 from verse 9, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So if Peter gets to the gate called Beautiful and says, silver and gold I have none, the only reason we can justify that statement is that there is such as he has that can heal the guy. But if you don't have such as he has, and you also don't have silver and gold, there are people who are not in need of rise up and walk. They are in need of silver and gold. Okay. And it's still kingdom when we have it. What does kingdom mean? Let me explain in the simplest terms. Whatever you experience now, the price of rice, the price of whatever, gari, the price of beans, it affects all of us. I'm telling you. It is a situation peculiar to Nigerians because you're under the influence of the kingdom of Nigeria. When you step out of Nigeria and enter Dubai, the experience you have is determined by that kingdom. So when it says kingdom comes, it means let there be an infiltration and overhauling of your experience and bring the experience of heaven down here. That if I meet you, I can, while you are still here, give you an expression of what it means to be in heaven. That's kingdom come. You can't do so much about that being poor. What we deal with is materialistic gospel, not the prosperity of the righteous, particularly those who know what to do with it. It doesn't matter how powerful your message is. If you don't have the finance for the equipment to make it excellent and presentable, the spread is defeated. So let me round up. If the devil can't defeat the message, he will defeat the spreading. And the way it does that is by making sure that the messenger doesn't believe in the means. Okay?
Hello, thank you for watching the video, and I hope it was a great asset to you. And I hope it was also very useful time. If you haven't commented, if you haven't liked, please do that. And for more videos, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos. God bless.